Might get rid of this Death Shroud thing. I mean, it looks pretty cool. Look at it. Yeah, it looks pretty cool, but never been one for shields. Hello again, folks, and welcome back to Let's Play Two Worlds 2. I'm your Game Master Darius. Last we left off, we were kind of meandering around the place, doing a lot of slaying of the undead. And turns out that, you know, there's a freaking lot of them. To that end, though, we have now got the ability to go on the quests to allow us to possibly go and murder ourselves the witch that is controlling the undead. I'm just going to upgrade some of my stuff once or twice. Alright. Well, we're no longer doing 666 damage with my weapons. It's now like straight up 1,000. Which is fantastic. That said, it does kind of mean that I have to break shit down for steel again. Not even steel. What was it again? Armor? Iron? Whatever. Which is great, because most of these actually provided that. Same with those. That. Go away. Cease existing. Don't want you. Or that. Oh. I'm a dumb. Who is it that gave me all these attribute crystals? I forget who. Oh, it was Sordahan. That's right. Oh, I could just straight up increase my strength and endurance by 10. Oh my god. Okay. This changes things a little bit. First off, you had a strength 2 and a strength 1. Let's remove the strength 1 for the strength 10. Because yes. And then you had an endurance 4. You had a... What did you have? Weight capacity. You had endurance 1. Let's remove the endurance 1 for the endurance 10. Because that's a lot of hit points. God, that's so good. Alright. Really quick, just want to see if there's anything else I can fuse together. Probably should get the poison resistance on something in my inventory. Yeah, poison resistance. Why is that still only 2? I don't think I've ever fully grasped how it is that the this system works. I won't lie. I need more stuff that has more slots. I suppose I can apply it to the Knight's Greaves. Resilience, elemental resistance. Oh. Do elemental and poison resistance in this regard. No, not Death Strike. Elemental resistance. Poison resistance, there we are. Do I have multiple elemental resistances and I'm just derping? Probably a good case of that. Blunt resistance, physical resistance, resilience. God damn it, what was the difference between resilience and resistance? Resilience was HP. I don't think I really can benefit any more from the physical. Because I've reached max level with that. So for that... Elemental focus. Didn't I have an elemental resistance? I'm gonna test something. This... I should effectively... Now that I put that in there, I should effectively have a weapon forging of... 10... Yeah, I should effectively have a weapon forging... Oh, okay. So this tells me exactly what I needed to know. Level 10. 9 plus 3. It maxes out at 10. whether or not you have something within the thing. So while I should be able to upgrade, nope, it's at its max level. So weapon forging any further for that particular weapon is useless. Oh, elemental focus. I'm an idiot. I can't read. I thought I had the one that provided... I don't know what ones I had anymore. I'm terrible at keeping track of all of this. We'll go resilience. Or am I an idiot and I forgot that I maxed out resilience? It is not resilience, it is resistance I maxed out. Anyways. Right, I leveled up. Eh. Like I said, I'm terrible at remembering half this crap. Alright, we're level 38. So that's us maxed out with these. Now I can pump them into either the resistances stuff, which might be a good idea, or the necromancy, which would be the fun idea. Why did I put the weapon forging back in there? Right, because I had one thing that already had weapon forging +1. So I don't need weapon forging 2 whatsoever. Right? Resilience. What was the other one that had weapon forging? Weapon forging is a green. Alchemy. Shit, have I had the alchemy one in there as well this entire time and it's absolutely useless? Shit. Yep. Weapon forging. Oh wait, weapon forging is in my sword? Alright. The frick out of my sword. I could put another attribute one into there. But I think it might be better to put the poison resistance in there. Again, don't want to get poisoned in this area. I think I'm pretty much out of slots to put things in. Yep. Anyways, let's go find and kill ourselves a witch. Whee! And now, since I've murdered everything in my path prior... Did I say murder everything in my path prior? I mean, totally missed these guys. Oop.
Yeah.
And myrtled. Imagine walking right up to someone, only to hold the block button. That's me, I do that. I don't know just how much more damage it is that I'm doing now. With effectively 10 more strength. But man, if it don't feel good. Feel really good. I'm gonna clear the pathway to all the things I possibly can and make it so as I can reach whatever direction I need to go really easily, like immediately the next video. Oh god, there's like 10 undead in my path.
Stay down.
I guess I can't complain. I do still want to level up at some point in this game. Bleh. Blub, 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 blub. Hemlock. Really? Branches in my path? Oh, hello. Listen, I'm seeing lavender, I'm seeing the yellow root, I'm seeing the hemlock. Let me pick my freaking roses here.
Yeah.
The murder in the wolf. Okay. Ta-da! Suppose at some point I should see what it is that all this stuff that I've been picking up does. Alchemy-wise, I mean. Am I an idiot and that is Death Strike? Can be executed. Oh, okay. So Death Strike increases the distance I can perform the execution. That would be helpful, although I hope that at the least my character will clear the distance. Am I going towards that? I am going towards that. Freaking called it. Well, at the least the path should be clear. Should. Why do you hate me? Oh god, there's so many of them. Oh, maybe these are the guys I neglected to kill before. Because, yeah, I kind of did that, didn't I? Because I was all like, you know what? Nah, don't feel like doing that anymore. You know, in the video where I was like, oh man, if I clear away all these undead, it's gonna make my life so much easier.
What do we have here?
And then proceeds to not do that. And imagine not slaying undead when you have the chance to. Man. Oh boy. Okay, here I could have sworn that I did, but no. There were two groups of undead that I just kind of blitzed right past.
Yeah.
Oh, this is the other town. How did I not find this town? Maybe the town has loot.
There always seems to be a few more of you to kill.
Yeah. Always seems to be a few more undead to kill. Oh yeah, Death Strike definitely seems to be making my life a lot easier. But that said, I don't know whether or not the distance really matters all that much. Like, hear me out. If I pop that in, Death Strike, that is. Hello. Empty chest. I'm mostly directly in the faces of all my opponents anyways. Is my thing. Like, I suppose if they somehow get ragdolled away from me by, like, I don't know, 2 feet, then I can see that as a viable skill investment. But it's an instant kill. I don't see much other point in it besides just maybe a little bit of distance if you're already not, like, right in their face. I could be wrong, though. There might be a bevy of other options to make it so as you can knock things down from distance and then perform the Death Strike. You know, it's been about 5 years now that I've had my one of my, not front teeth, one of my teeth removed. That gives me a little bit of a lisp. Or makes the sound weird. It still feels weird to say the stuff. Death. For example. I don't know. Feels weird on the mouth feels. What other words are there for death that I could use instead? Demise? That was weird.
Stay down.
Heck you. There we go. Now the question is how... Hello, lovely little garden.
Hey.
Just gonna loot everything in this garden. Alia's old hut. You know, if Dahlia is this witch, this looks suspiciously like it was ransacked. I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Let's see.
Orc Slayer armor. How dare you? Thunder Warhammer. How dare you present me with weapons that sound like they are of exquisite quality when I've already got such strong beastly weapons that now I'm probably going to need to upgrade to use, or oh no, I can't do that anymore. I'm all out of upgrade space for those particular weapons. Okay, Colossus Slayer, more familiar with that. 100% fire resistance. God damn. 100% fire resistance. I could walk into a goddamn volcano with that kind of resistance. Theoretically. Spear, stone. Ultimate potion of fire resistance. Alright, let's look at this. It is minus 1% for the difference. Ah, hell, it even matches the rest of my armor set. Alright, necromancy and resilience. Okay. The thing that would define whether or not I'm going to use this. Does it use chainmail? It doesn't use chainmail. This is already leagues better than my previous armor. Alright. Necromancy. And poison resistance is what I said, right? No, I said physical resistance. I got a point in using physical resistance in this, right? I do not have any point in using physical resistance. I have two things that are I have something that's granting me +4. Oh, skills. Got a skill point. Eat. But first, excuse me while I hyperfixate on this once more. Unfortunately, is useless. As I said, resilience. Now, what the hell is the other thing that's granting me physical resistance? Here we are. Elemental focus, put on force. I suppose I'll use Death Strike too. Quite literally have no clue what else I could possibly use. So that's kind of a weird one to me. Like, it doesn't show all of the full maths while you're, you know, assigning the points, but it's still... You still kind of need to assign the points in order to see shit. I don't know. It's weird. I got new armor. Actually, really quick, I wonder how much stronger this armor is now that I've upgraded it. It's already +3. Let's upgrade it like as much times. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Alright, that puts it at 40/40, which is still so much better. I'm in pain. I feel like I'm in so much pain. Alright, what's my resilience at with what I got? It's basically at max now, so... You know, if I hadn't found it in the previous video, I would have found it this video, so... In fact, I did find it this video, so... Part of me is just annoyed with myself, because... New armor. Who dis?
Have you lost your way? There are better places to die than Garradel's swamp.
I know who you are. Don't think this absolves you.
Is that what brought you here? To slay the witch? I suppose I look the part. But I am not your quarry. If you intend to destroy the evil corrupting this swamp, you've come to the wrong place. My name is Nalia.
Don't lie to me, witch. I don't give a damn what your name is.
You must think me so evil for the lies Garradel's told. I was a resident of Tir Calte before it was destroyed. I lived and loved there. If you're going to pass judgment, shouldn't you hear all sides of the story?
I mean, I know that this is going to increase the length of all this and having to go save my sister and all that, but...
Go on. Speak your piece.
I assure you, I'm as human as the next woman. Born and raised here, as I've said. I've always wanted to be a healer, or white mage. An herbalist, you might say. I received some training before the disaster struck. Now, I live my life in solitude, beholden to the protection of Tir Gil's people. You don't know what suffering is, boy, until you watch your dreams die.
So, you didn't cause the curse?
Heavens, no. I spend every waking hour trying to fight it. As you can see, after all these years, it's left me utterly drained.
You're telling me you don't control these creatures?
No. I try to help those they attack. I'm often too late. Does that answer your question?
Am I supposed to thank you?
If you wish. I take my gratitude from knowing you've listened to me. Most men would rather die than turn an honest ear to someone they hate.
If you're not a witch, where do you get your power?
White magic, or the powers of healing and natural remedy. I have some training, particularly in herbal uses.
Why are you out here? Don't you see how suspicious that looks?
I don't care how it looks. It's necessary. The work I do must be done remotely, By now, the people's minds have been so poisoned against me they would never allow me back in their midst.
You're telling me you weren't at all responsible?
Gods, no! If you must know, I will tell you. I once loved a mage who arrived here from abroad. When my love found our village and could not leave, he dedicated himself to dissolving the barrier, insisting he could break the seal if only he could find its source. He faced much ridicule, and his ambitions would have likely died without my support. But I was young and curious, and thus gave my help willingly. Would that I had not been such a fool.
What happened?
He left a letter on my windowsill, saying he'd discovered a way to lift the barrier, that he wanted us to leave together. And who could argue with that? Not me. I was in love.
But he was wrong.
Evidently. The next thing I knew, the swamps were overrun with walking corpses, and people were being eaten alive. Then the years of darkness fell upon our people, and I never saw him again. The barrier's still up, if you haven't noticed.
He left you to take the blame.
Not at first. It wasn't until after we had all adequate time to mourn our losses, my own being my entire family and the love of my life, that people began asking questions. Naturally. Because of the company I kept, their suspicions fell on me.
Do you miss him?
I suppose. He is just as dead to me as my parents and 2 brothers. But I have the feeling that's only intuition. He is likely still alive. His body was never found, and he was a capable fighter. I'm sure he found a way out. Other than that, most of what I recall of him is likely invention. It has been a long time. Yet, I still admire the risk he took for us. What I do not admire is the way he went about it.
How could you still think fondly of someone who abandoned you?
That is your youth speaking. As you get older, you will realize we must cherish our memories of those who have brought us happiness, not cling to pointless grudges. Besides, I have no idea what happened to him. Further questions about that should be directed to a certain clergyman you may have met in Tyrgil.
Garradell.
When I first met Garradell, he was quite shy. He told me once the gods judge us only by our deeds and nothing else. I would be very pleased to see how they judge him.
This is when I ask you why I should believe you instead of him. Both of you have accused the other of causing this.
I never said he caused anything. But does he look like an honest man to you?
I'd think you of all people should know looks can be deceiving.
Well played. But in his case, the deception is more than skin deep. I would confront him myself, but I dare not enter the village. His darkness seeps into the very soil.
He told me he shielded the village with protective magic, that it keeps the undead from entering.
No, that magic is mine. And it's a constant struggle to negate his attempts to overthrow it and enslave the people who live there to his evil. I'm not making this up. As you can see plainly, this task has drained me. Do you need evidence I'm not the witch they say I am? Then go to the sources of my power. It's a garden I've gone to great lengths to keep secret. Only one other knows its location. Do not endanger him if your paths cross.
Aiden.
We were childhood friends. Aiden is very dear to me. We stopped speaking when we were young because I neglected a love he professed for me which I could not return at the time.
How did Aiden discover the garden?
It's my favorite place. Originally, my beloved and I, not Aiden, the mage, would sit there, and he'd teach me how to draw my power from the living things of the earth. An old technique, but a tested one. After he was gone, I spent most of my time there, until one day Aiden stumbled in, looking for food.
You protect him when he travels the swamps.
I don't see him directly. It would be too embarrassing to show him this face. The age you see is the result of great magical strain, nothing else. I'm much younger than I appear. And if I abandoned my duty to the villagers of Teal Gale, the veil would fall. But to answer your question, yes. I see Aiden safely through the swamps.
I wouldn't worry about him seeing you. The villagers seem to agree that you're the source of their problems. Aiden wears an amulet he believes will protect him from confrontations with you.
I'm sure it's for the best.
Some of the creatures carry them too. Any idea why?
Maybe they're just pretty things that shine. How should I know?
I'm sorry I threatened you, Nelia. What's next?
One thing I can think of that would help. I have no right to ask this of you, but I have no other human contact, and it isn't something I can do myself.
I'm listening.
When those creatures attacked you, I used much of my energy to fight them off. Normally it would slowly regenerate, but white magic isn't meant to be used for violence, and I feel incredibly strained.
You did all that to save me?
Your disposition reminded me of someone from my past. Besides, it was the right thing to do. Isn't that worth dying for? My fear is for the village. Without my protection, it won't be long before the undead make it their sacking ground.
What can I do?
My beloved and I kept a journal. A collection of loose notes, really. They were scattered when my home was destroyed. I recovered what I could back then, but many were lost in the swamp. Our notes contain many important spells, including a unique restoration spell we designed ourselves.
You really think those pages are still around?
I hope so. The pages were stored in an impregnable tower built just outside my village. It was quite magnificent, really. If you can find the page, I'd be forever grateful.
I'll do my best. Where's the tower?
An old tower near Teal'c. You may have seen it already. Take my journal. I drew a map of the swamp from memory at a time. The location of the tower is marked. I may have missed some pages in my old house as well.
Your journal isn't something you'll need?
Without your help, I won't need much at all, I'm afraid.
Save your strength. I'll return soon.
God damn, what a hell of an exposition dump. It took so long, it went from night to, like, midday. Well, before I hit the old dusty trail back to the town then, I guess I'll just, drop another save. Call it a video. When we return, I guess we're gonna go back to her village, get this journal page, and, that's gonna help her, I guess. Restoring some magic and whatnot. Oh! This game. And people exposition a lot. Thank you everyone so very much for watching. I hope you're all enjoying the series as much as I'm enjoying playing it. As always, I hope to see you folks in the next video. Take care. Cheers.